接下来，这位演讲者将带我们走进一个常被忽视但极其重要的领域——人文学科。肖亚云来自山东师范大学附属中学，他是灵谷公益项目山师附中分部负责人。热衷于公益和教育的他，将在今天与我们探讨人文学科在现代社会中所面临的挑战与意义。他的演讲题目是《我与被忽视的人文学科之旅》。
The next speaker will take us into an often overlooked but extremely important field, the humanities. Yayun Xiao, from high school attached to Shandong Normal University, is the head of the school branch of the Tamarind Foundation. She is passionate about charity and education, and will discuss with us today the challenge and significance of humanities in modern society. The title of her speech is The Journey of Overlooked Humanities. Let us welcome her with warm applause.
It's the first time I stand here and give a speech, so I might be a little bit nervous. And this is my topic. My journey with the overlooked humanities. And here comes to the introduction part, and let me introduce myself as first. My name is Austin, and I'm from high school attached to Shandong Normal University. I am passionate about public welfare and education. I've led a non-profit project that dedicates to help rural children access better educational resources. Over the past few years, I've been involved in a lot of social welfare initiatives. And those experiences really shaped me a lot in my future path. However, frankly speaking, if I just stand here and listing all my titles and achievements, some of these guys might already be turning up, right? So let me introduce myself again. I'm a staunch advocate for humanities. And here comes the questions. What are the humanities? Are there any answers? Nope. Humanities are disciplines that study human culture, thought, and social structures. It includes the fields such as philosophy, history, art, literature, and so on. And more importantly, it helps us to understand the past, present, and future of our society, and cultivating our critical thinking, moral judgment, and aesthetic sensibility. My favorite director, Alice, which I really appreciate a lot, she once said that stories shape our world, and the story we choose to tell determine our future. This quote really highlights the key role that humanity plays in shaping our society. Unfortunately, here's some statistical evidence that vividly illustrate the phenomena of the humanities for a long time been ignored. According to Harvard University, among the class of 2024 freshmen, only 7% of them choose to major in humanities. This evidence really shows that humanities are not only neglected, but also facing a severe resource scarcity. And finally, we come to the part one of my story. In 2022, I joined a non-profit organization that founded by my friend, the Lingu Foundation, with the goal of helping rural children access better educational resources. That winter, we went to Zhujiang Primary School, which is located in the southern areas of Jinan. It is a small school that nestled in the around the hills. And when I first arrived, I was shocked by the thing I saw. The lack of educational resources was beyond our imagination. The only math teacher was over 70 years old, and the principal. He does not only have to manage school, but also taught multiple subjects. As the students in international department, our initial goal was pretty simple. Actually just teaching them several English words and broaden their horizon and maybe show them the world outside of the mountains. Actually, at first, everything went pretty smoothly. We just taught them simple English word and played several interactive games, and actually we made the class really fun. However, one day I overheard that several girls was talking about books. And me myself, I'm super interested at this topic. So I just walk around and I ask them like this. Oh, hey you guys, what kind of books do you like to read? I was expecting like several novels or poems. But their response really shocked me. One girl just said, I don't really read books. Another girl said, I just maybe feel comics. At that time, I realized there was deeper issue at play. In a society that already undervalues humanities, those children they got no chance to engage in literary works. They don't dislike reading. They will not ever be guided to explore the broader world of knowledge. If reading itself isn't valued, how can critical thinking be nurtured? If reading itself isn't valued, how can we question stereotypes? How can we challenge social norms? And more importantly, how can we imagine our alternative future? As a result, we realize that simply teaching English alone is not enough. We designed a serious class that aimed to show the charm of humanity to them, like including simple philosophy and art and field literatures. We show them the stories all around the world. And we encourage them to thinking critically, which is very important. And asking questions actually is pretty nice. And here comes the part 2. In 2023, I returned to Zhejiang Primary School. And this time, I heard an even more heartbreaking story. The water supply system was broken. So the entire village was without water running for like few weekends. I think it was 2 weekends. 2 weeks, yeah. And so the children, they have to carry buckets and walk a long distance to get water from a well. This made me realize that the lack of educational resources wasn't only confined to the classroom. It permeated to every aspect of our life. So that day, still in the classroom, the sweat soaking my coat. And I just look around and suddenly I found that there wasn't even a fan in the classroom. The children were struggling to learn in this kind of environment. At the same time, the school in cities, AC had long been a standard. This reinforced my determination to help them. After returning to school, I heard we got a drama festival and we were seeking for a public welfare partnership. So I just proposed that we could use our drama festival to raise money and help them to improve their learning environment. Maybe purchasing some books or like purchasing some educational equipment, or if it's possible, maybe an AC. But obviously, the answer was no. But at that time, I was very confused, so I asked my teacher, why? My teacher reply was, we don't support this kind of project. Actually, I totally understand school. But I think it may be caused by lacking the humanity courses and humanity educations. So we lack of limited thinking. Okay, part 3. This experience made me realize that the humanities sometimes, they are not only neglected, but also, in some cases, totally rejected. In the foundation I've involved with, I've seen a lot of cases that how the absence of humanity affect the children's future. Without philosophy education, they struggle to learn critical thinking. Without history education, they cannot understand social structure. Without exposure to literature, the lack of means to express their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts, and which lead a lot of mental illness, see depression. And this reminds me of a quote by Peter Salovey, the president of Yale University. Only the humanities can cultivate imaginative, empathetic, emotionally intelligent leaders. That's true. And over the time, I have realized that the things that promote social changes are not only about STEM, but also humanities. They could change the human's thought and our values. Thank you.